Yes, guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to tonight's live stream. And tonight we're going to be taking a break from Chelsea and we're going to be discussing all things PSG. Plenty going on at the club. Mbappe 25, new manager potentially incoming, new sporting director. A lot of players need to be moved out of door. There's a lot going on. It's going to be a big summer and I'm delighted to be joined by a big PSG fan and member of the Parisian Londoner team, Swel. Swel, welcome to the channel, mate. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for the invitation. Thank you.
No problem at all. There's a lot going on at PSG. Let's start with the manager first, before we get into who might be coming in. What have you made of Mauricio Pochettino's tenure at the club? Because obviously he came in, replaced Thomas Tuchel, and missed out on the league title by a point to Lille. Obviously won the title this season just gone, but some of the football's not been good, has it? He's not gone down well with fans and kind of the French media and stuff. What have you made of his spell?
Are you asking me if I cried? That's the question. Yes, I did. Of course. The problem, I think, none of the fan of the PSG really like Poch. The only thing is that as a former player, we welcome him in the club. Like, we were happy to get him as a let's say replacement for Tuchel. But look what Tuchel did the next year, the year after. Crazy. We were happy, but I think we saw that it's not gonna happen. Like, the Ligue 1, it was really difficult. He didn't use the players as he used to. I don't know. I just felt like for the first 6 months, I really felt like, okay, that's gonna be a chaos.
Yeah,
and it did, yeah.
Yeah, it's not gone well. I mean, what do you think's been the problem with Poch at PSG then? Because in theory, it's quite a good appointment. He did well at Tottenham. He's a former player, former captain.
Yeah.
In theory, it seems like quite a good matchup, doesn't it? But I mean, for whatever reason, the style of football was bad, wasn't it?
In theory, any coach can come in PSG and just perform well, in theory. But the problem is that the practice is different. Like, I even feel like now, if ZIdane come in, I'm scared. I'm scared to be the first club who can fucked up the reputation of ZIdane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like PSG is not a club like others. Trust me. Every year we cry. Every year. It's not one year that we never cried. Every year we have a fucking, excuse my French.
That's all good, mate.
A malediction, a remontada, as they call it in Spain. Man United did it to us. Barcelona did it to us. Bayern did it to us. You know, like every year is something that's never gonna happen, and it happened. So I think PSG is not a club like others. Yes, it is easy with the players that you have. It's easy to perform, of course, but in reality, it's different. Trust me, because it's not just being a gaffer; it's being a psychologist. Trust me.
I mean, do you think Poch has struggled then in terms of, obviously he's managed kind of, you know, top players before, but going to PSG it's a level up with a caliber of players you're managing and the egos within the dressing room and kind of how that's done. Do you think he struggled to cope with kind of managing the likes of Neymar, Messi, Mbappe? I mean, maybe not Mbappe as much, but certainly Neymar is I mean, it's conflicting reports on what he's like, but these are big names, and maybe Poch has been a little bit overwhelmed by it all.
I don't think he was scared of it. I don't think so, but I do think that he is complicated to deal with them. I'm not a gaffer, you know.
Yeah.
You're not a gaffer, so we don't know how to manage those big egos, you know. But how do you do when you have to manage Messi, who have more Champions League than you? You know,
Yeah, it's
The question is easy. The question is not like, of course, the answer is easy, but it's not that easy. How do you do when Mbappe is one of the gold player, the next gold player? Like, how do you deal with him?
well, it's hard. It's hard, isn't it? Because he's not going anywhere. Like at the end of the day, like if the manager falls out with a player, the manager's always going to go. They're not. The players don't get
The
sacked.
players
So
stay.
yeah,
Yeah, the players stay unless they do something really bad. But I've never seen it, even in PAG.
I mean, obviously, Poch has not been sacked yet, but it's very much a done deal. I think there's Fabrizio saying there's like one more meeting
No,
required with
Poch gonna go.
yeah
I doubt that the director, sportive director, is gonna keep him. I
no
doubt it.
yeah.
Is pretty much signed. As Stuart said, Mourinho just said that he won't leave Roma.
Do you think
That's what I was scared of.
that well, obviously PSG fans not going to be anyone going to be disappointed to see Poch go, or it's very much this it's time to that he's done. Fans will be pleased to see the back of him.
No, I think we are tired.
Yeah,
I think we are tired.
fed up with him.
I think the main problem again is not the gaffer. It was the Leonardo.
Yeah,
So the main problem, I'm not gonna pull the finger on Poch. I don't think that the main problem was him.
yeah,
I think the main problem was Leonardo, and that now we've been sacked. Even with Poch, I think we can do something, because I think the most bigger issue that we had in PSG was Leonardo
yeah. I mean, a lot of
creating
managers fell
some.
out with him, didn't they? Because Tuchel fell out with him as well. Like signings,
Yeah,
just like he's obviously quite difficult to get on with. But obviously Poch is going to go. Not been made official yet, but it's just a matter of time. Was going to
yeah.
speak about Jose Mourinho. That those reports came out earlier today saying that PSG would be considering, a shock swoop for Mourinho. Obviously, Stuart just saying now that Jose's going to say that he won't leave Roma. Do you think if PSG legitimately put an offer on the table that Jose could be tempted? And is that something you'd like to see, Mourinho at PSG?
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't want to see Mourinho leading your team? I do like to. I would like to see Mourinho, but I don't think. I think PSG is not good as negotiation. I would say. I would put it that way. Unless the person really wants to stay as Mbappe, PSG is not really good at convincing people to come or to leave. As we said, we have the example with Draxler,
Yeah,
Kurzawa. We can it's some. We are really not good at negotiating. So even with money, if Mourinho doesn't want to come, he will not come.
yeah,
That's a fact. It's not even a question. Now let's see if the project will interest more Mourinho. Yeah, let's see.
yeah. I mean, it's I suppose
Uh,
for managers going to PSG, it's not about the money, is it? It's about being convinced about the project and whether this team can actually win.
yeah,
Because PSG
that's
going for a lot of managers, I think they will win a Champions League at some point, but something's got to change, like in the mentality and the desire. In my opinion, I think they will win, but you start going through a lot of top managers, and then you're like, well, hang on a second, we're going through this many managers and it's not working. It's obviously not the managers. It's either the structure, the mentality within the playing squad. Are we signing the right characters? That sort of thing. But in terms of managers itself, probably won't be Mourinho. But I mean, I personally love to see it, but I don't think it will happen. I mean, who would you? What's kind of the general consensus amongst PSG fans? Because Zidane obviously is one that would be loved. Apparently, I mean, if it's believed to be true, the Emir of Qatar is, wants Zidane to be the manager. Would you be
Sheikh
keen
want
for
the
Zidane?
manager. Of course, who don't?
Yeah, do you think it'd be a good fit?
Well, I think Zidane can fit anywhere he wants.
Yeah.
He wants. I didn't say he. Like, Zidane can fit anywhere. I do think that Zidane did great job in Madrid.
Yeah.
I do think that my team at the moment need a great gaffer. We need someone that can move things and have a big power. I think that Zidane can fit in that. Yeah, definitely.
Do you think it's good? Do you think there's a chance that'll happen then? He doesn't. I mean, I reckon. I don't know. It's tough. Depending on what you believe, what you read, though, he's not that convinced on the project.
Yeah, I do think that. I believe it can happen. I don't want to zing it, so I'm not gonna say nothing. I believe it can happen. I believe he's not about money. I think we need to convince him in a point that we can manage, ego,
Yeah.
and the sportive director will go well with him. I think that now that Mbappe stayed I would say is an easier point for Zidane to come. I do think that if Mbappe were going to Madrid, we will not see Zidane, not even from far. That's definite.
Yeah, because I think Zidane's one of Mbappe's idols, isn't he? So I mean that could make a bit of a difference. I mean, in terms of other managers on the list, I mean, Zidane is a priority, obviously, but that could be quite difficult to do. Other names there, obviously, Christophe Galtier, former Lille manager and current Nice manager, and obviously Sergio Conceição of Porto as well. Do either of those names excite you?
I will take Conte now. I'll sign him tomorrow. Yeah, I'll take Conte tomorrow if you ask me. To be honest with you, now that Leonardo is gone, anyone can fit. Anyone, as I said, anyone can fit. Now that we have a better maybe spirit behind the club, because we had the Sheikh, but we had Leonardo who was putting his hands everywhere, and I don't think that a club should run like that.
Yeah. So I mean, you'd be happy with Conceição from Porto, Christophe Galtier, fan of his? He's done really well with Lille, and he's done a good job with Nice this season as well. Anyone,
even if Tuchel come back, I'll take it.
Oh, no! Hopefully he sticks around. Hopefully he sticks around for a bit longer. But I mean, Swel, is that the general consensus among PSG fans that kind of with Leonardo gone, they're not so fussed who comes in as the manager?
No, I think I'm not thinking. Well, I'm not gonna say my thought is the same as everyone else, obviously, but I do think that now that Leonardo is gone, we can kind of breathe, because he's just Luis Conte is someone that have proved something, had a different spirits, and had shown that maybe he can do something or maybe not, but at least he doesn't have the same spirits of Leonardo, who for me just destroyed the club. He just destroyed the club slowly. That's why now we are at that point. We are always at the quarter final or 16th final, and we are showing nothing, just out showing nothing, and not even a word to say, okay, we did that or we did that. We have, as a fan, we have no explanation, nothing, and it doesn't, for me, now that he's out, I think Luis can do something.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Leonardo gone, Luis Campos going to come in. Not been officially confirmed yet, but it's all but done. How excited are you to have someone of his caliber on board? Because he's got a very good reputation in the game. He's done great work at Lille, did great work at Monaco as well. He's got a good eye for, you know, discovering players and young talent, etc. Obviously, Mbappe.
Well,
I'm not saying Mbappe is involved in the deal per se, but Mbappe's family know Campos very well. I think he was, when Mbappe was coming through at Monaco, Campos was there. I think that appointment would please Mbappe. This could be a big appointment for the club, couldn't it? It could really kind of change how things are done at PSG if Campos comes in.
yeah, but again, it's not just up to the gaffer. As I said, I'm not going to put all my eggs in the same basket, but I do think that we need to change not just the gaffer or not just the sportive director. I think that the owners need to think differently as well. I think that by getting Luis Campos, maybe we should think about maybe giving more power to the actual gaffer, you know, or just these guys should just deal with the players. As you mentioned, we had none youngest. Like, it's been a while that I haven't seen the U21 playing for PSG.
I mean, just on that, Swel, when you see players like Christopher Nkunku, Moussa Diaby at Bayer Leverkusen, just to name a couple of young players that were at PSG that were let go, not really given a chance, and then you see them thriving at other clubs. Like, is that disappointing? Because I know PSG got some young players, particularly Javier. Is it Javier Simons, the young midfield player?
Yeah, Simons.
Yeah.
Simons,
who had a few first team opportunities, but when you see the likes of Nkunku and Diaby doing so well away from the club, and likes of Kingsley Coman as well, who was at PSG that was let go.
Yeah.
Do you think PSG are too like quick to get rid of young players?
I think that we used to have a team two. I call it team two, but we used to have a young team where we were just putting young players, wait until they explode and just sell them. That was the how PSG was thinking. They canceled that. They destroyed that team, and after that they just obviously come and just explode in another country. And Nkunku is one of the best player in the Bundesliga. It's just I think we missed something at some point, that we were not taking care of our youngest, and we just missed it. Like, it's like having a little champion in your house, and you just feed him with McDonald's, you know. Of course you're just losing. Like, you're losing the power of that person by just feeding him with shit, basically.
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. I mean, on players in general, like moving kind of onto transfers. I mean, last summer PSG, by all accounts, to most people in football, had, in theory, one of the best transfer windows almost ever. You know, Donnarumma coming on a free, Sergio Ramos, they brought in Ashraf Hakimi, Gini Wijnaldum arrived as well, and obviously Lionel Messi. And you're thinking, right, this is a joke. Like, some tops, obviously on big wages, but not a lot spent on transfer fees. In reality, not many of those signings have worked out, have they? Do you I mean, what have you made of the players that came in last summer? I mean, if we start with Lionel Messi, I mean, obviously, undoubtedly talent, but showed moments in the Champions League, but he struggled in Ligue 1, didn't he? Are you surprised how much he struggled in the league?
I'm not surprised, because Ligue 1 is, everyone is saying, as your colleagues, everyone is saying that we are having a farmer leagues.
No, yeah.
I'm not surprised. Look,
Yeah.
you know, some people say, I'm not. Some people say, let's put it that way, that we are playing in the farmer leagues, and when you see that Messi has struggled, he struggled, like, you can't call that a farmer leagues.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all because for me, Ligue 1 is way more physical than Liga, like the Spanish league. I will not compare to the Premier League, obviously,
Yeah,
something else. But from where you were coming from, um, I do think that is normal. Like you cannot expect someone of this age just be destroying the League One like he used to destroy the Liga. No, it's just complicated. You can't expect the same thing from a Messi of 30 whatever and a Messi of 19 years old
yeah, for sure.
at
I mean,
Barcelona.
do you? I mean, he's been here a year now. He's probably got another year left on his contract. Do you think it was the right decision for PSG to sign Messi? Like, were you happy with that, or do you think that money could have been better spent elsewhere, reinvesting in the squad overall? I mean, do you think it was the right choice to sign him? Were you happy with it?
Well, it's not. My answer is no. It's not going to be really clear because it's not the only choice that the PSG did, and I'm not happy with.
Yeah,
You know, uh, Messi. I will say for me, it was a 50-50. Yes, I was happy to see him in my club, obviously, but in the other hand, I was scared to see what's gonna happen because I was following him in Barcelona before, and I do know that he was not running since 2007 or 8. He stopped running. Um, and of course, he got qualities that make him no run, but that quality go with the age as well, you know? So I was scared and it was for me, it was a 50-50. Hakimi, 100%. I was
yeah.
really, really happy with that choice. I did like support him 100%. The other things, Navas.
Mate,
Wow.
I
Oh,
like Navas.
GG.
I think it's a shame that Navas is get the way he's been treated at PSG. He's a top goalkeeper. He really is.
Thank you. So for me, I do think that we did a massive mistake by getting, well, that's a Leonardo again.
For
That's a
Don-
Leonardo
for Donnarumma.
topic. Yeah, for Donnarumma, that's a Leonardo problem because he tried to push Navas out, and to push Navas out, he just bring Donnarumma, and you have two world-wise goalkeeper,
Yeah,
and you don't need them. Like you need only one. You have three keepers on the bench,
yeah.
waiting. So that was a kind of a strategy for Leonardo to push Navas out, and for me it's the same as one of the biggest mistakes we did for me is Cavani.
Yeah,
We had Cavani for a couple of years, was doing great, and we managed. He manages his way out really weirdly, and I think most of the fan doesn't even know why he went. And now he's on Man United and he's still playing. Like, of course, he didn't want to. He wanted to end up his career. He wanted to go back to his country, but now he's still playing. So he could give us those couple of years for us,
yeah.
as a super sub. But we dealt it really weird. It was really weird to see that.
I mean, what have you made of another couple of players that came in the summer? Sergio Ramos and Gini Wijnaldum. I mean, Ramos has
Yeah.
essentially been injured pretty much his whole time he's been there. I mean, I know he's played a few games, and obviously Wijnaldum, he did really well at Liverpool. Hasn't really happened at PSG. I know he scored a few important goals, etc., but he's not played to the level that he's capable of. Have you been really disappointed with those two signings?
I think those two is exactly like the resume of Poch, flat, really flat,
Yeah,
flat and bitter. Um, those two could be great players. Even that Ramos is old, he could be, for me, a great defender.
Yeah.
But that's my personal thinking. I do think that's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen because he passed more time in the gym. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand how our gaffer or our club can leave that happen. And we bought it already injured. So
Yeah.
it's those things but that time, I don't know why we did it, you know?
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean some
And
questionable
we
decisions
bought
for
those
sure.
guys for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, we bought those guys for free. Okay, he came injured, and Ginny doesn't really play much. He didn't impress no one at the moment. I'm speaking for me, but I think that most of the fan I agree. But same thing. We are expecting way more from them, and they're not pushing people out. Like I thought that Ramos will come in
Yeah.
and show that Kurzawa is out, that Draxler is out.
What
Gini's
about
same
players
thing. I
like
thought that
Carer as well? I don't think he's that great.
I think
He's probably
those
one that could
those
move on.
yeah, those kind of players. I think that they need to go to the team too, as I was saying.
Yeah.
Like we need to keep them because like Gay, like Kerrer,
Yeah.
Draxler, those players, those kind of players, Kurzawa as well. Uh, if we keep them, let's put them in concurrence. Let's put them in a different team. Let's put them wherever you play this champion thing or easy games, but let's make something from them. Now Kurzawa is living his best life. He doesn't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Draxler the same way. Of course, they have a salary and they're like that, and they're not moving.
Yeah. I
What do you
mean,
expect?
what?
Like,
Yeah, no, it's a fair point. There's no obligation for them to move on. But I mean, we're gonna
no,
bring. I want to talk about a couple of players. One that's actually been a success, Nuno Mendes, fullback, a young Portuguese guy that come in on loan initially. That deal's now been made permanent. He's been a really good signing, and with him and Hakimi in those fullback positions, that's well set for the next few years. I mean, how impressed have you been with him?
well, I was really shocked, to be honest,
Yeah,
because he's young. Nuno is young, and I really thought that he's gonna do 1 year and just go back. And he's been set now. He's been signed, and for me, it's amazing. At the beginning, I was like a bit skeptical because I didn't know how good he was. To be honest, I didn't know how good he was, but in 2 games, he showed me that I can count on him. As a fan, I was like, okay, fair enough. That guy just came in, but he's showing what he's capable of.
yeah, and it's
Hakimi the same.
yeah. I mean, I was so disappointed when we at Chelsea missed out on Hakimi last summer because we were kind of in the race with you lot, and I think ultimately we
Yeah,
just missed out. Probably couldn't offer quite as much money, which is unfortunate for us. But I mean, a great sign for PSG, and they've got 2 top players. And
well, you got already someone that you have a top player, Thiago Silva, isn't
yeah, Thiago Silva as well. I mean, we were very grateful for his arrival. He's been
it?
fantastic. I mean, you've given us Thiago Silva and the gaffer, and
and you won a Champions League.
and we won a Champions League with both of them. So it's I mean, yeah, it's a great present. Moving on to before I talk about Neymar and Mbappe, I want to talk about players that kind of need to be moved on this summer. There's a lot of players that need to go. The squad kind of needs a bit of an overhaul. Players that need to be moved out. I mean, Icardi.
A big one.
What's going on there? Because at Inter Milan, he was a decent striker. He gets the move to PSG. He scores a few goals. He doesn't play that much. Like all you hear about Icardi is him and his wife are having problems, and that's it. He's barely ever in the squad. He doesn't play. He's on ridiculous money. It's just been a complete disaster, hasn't it?
Do you call that a player?
He's not. He's not really, is he?
For me, he's not a player. For me, he came in because you know how great it is to live in the capital of Paris. He came in because he wants to see the vibes, have some fun with the birthday of the sister of Neymar, those kind of things. He didn't came for to play football.
I mean, do you
Like
think?
he's not he's not even upset when he's not playing. As
No.
a striker, when you don't play, you should be like, I'm not going to the Ballon d'Or. Or I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that. But
Yeah.
you're not playing. Like you're not playing. You're a striker. You should be in the top, let's say, 50 strikers in the world. But no, you okay. You're all right. Like okay, I'm going to Milan. Don't worry. I'm gonna see my wife. Well, ex-wife, future wife. I
No,
don't
he
know.
just disappears for a few days, doesn't he? And then he comes back.
Yeah. So me, first of all, from that time, from there, I just decide that I'm not gonna support him anymore
Do you think?
because uh, we are okay. We are fans, but as a striker, you have some obligation with the fans. You cannot just talk to us saying, "Yeah, but I had some personal problem." No, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's not like that. Like you have people behind you supporting you to be one of the best players in PSG or whatever, and you just say, "Oh, I need 3 4 days to go to see my wife." Come on, man. Like
do you do you think you'll struggle to get? Do you think you'll struggle to get rid of him this summer? I mean, is anyone going to take him?
the question is, who is his agent?
His wife or ex-wife or whatever it is.
So yeah, we will have a big problem to get rid of him.
It's a
Trust
big
me,
problem. It's a big problem
because
to get rid of him.
she's involved in the deal, and that means that she know that if he go, that amount of money will be gone for another team,
Yeah,
and someone else might not mind with the performance that he's offering. Someone else might not offer the same salary, you know.
yeah.
So I think it's going to be a really big deal for him to go.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I mean, look, I'm not going to talk about every player, but I mean, another player. I mean, obviously, Di Maria's left.
No,
Obviously,
but
like,
we can speak maybe about Michu, Garbi, those youngest, Javi
yeah, I mean,
Simons,
yeah, Simons could be leaving as
those
well.
those.
Maybe. I mean,
I
there's loads of
think
them.
that I think that if the new gaffer, the one who's coming, doesn't have a good chat with him, he will leave because
Yeah,
he's been. I think Simon asked a couple of time to play more,
yeah,
or he will be going back to maybe Madrid, maybe Barcelona. Sorry, but Poch said that at that time it was Poch. Well, it's still Poch, but not for long. He said that he will give him more time. He will consider that option, but he didn't. So I think it's gonna be frustrating soon,
yeah.
really
I
soon.
mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, one player I did want to talk about who probably isn't going to leave, but according to reports, PSG would be open to him leaving if they got an acceptable offer. That's Neymar. Obviously, he's got a contract through to 2026, I think. Came in for a world record fee a few years ago. He's not really lived up
I
to
think
expectations in Paris since he's been there. He's had a few good moments. Hasn't, I guess, maybe not really done what he was brought in to do. Where do you stand with Neymar, Swel? Do you think it's been a good signing? And then do you think, I mean, do PSG want to get rid of him this summer?
I don't think they want to get rid of him, or maybe not yet. They sign him until 2025, if I
Oh,
remember.
five, yeah.
Yeah. So for them, I think they still know that what can they use from him. You know, is not old, but is maybe not that young either.
I think he's
I
30
don't think
now.
it's too much left from. Yeah, I don't think it's too much left from Neymar, to be honest. So I think that the PSG will try to say, or will try to think, okay, let's maybe use it those three years and try to sell it for whatever we can. Uh, let's see. I think it's up to the gaffer again. It will be up to the gaffer and up to Campos. Um, my personal thinking, I would love for him to stay.
Yeah.
Because we we have a player who run. Not every time, but at least he run not more than Messi. I would love at the moment to see Messi go, to be honest.
Yeah.
That will leave a bit of space for the youngest and for the other players.
Yeah, so you think Neymar will stay this summer? I mean, I personally, I think he probably will as well. I'm not sure if there's that big a market for Neymar in terms of other teams that would want him. I mean, other than Barcelona, who can't afford him, I don't think any other teams actually want him. So even if PSG did want to get rid of Neymar, there's not really going to be any takers for him. So again, like that's
No,
another
it will be
that's
a
another
it will be a city deal again. It will be a big even City at the moment. I don't think they want to integrate someone like Neymar
no,
on the pitch.
no, definitely not. I mean, in
So
terms. I mean, I think Neymar will stick about, but
Madrid,
for sure, he's not. He's probably not got long left in his PSG career, maybe. But yeah, I mean, he will stick. He's got quality for sure. He's so skillful, so talented. But yeah, I just don't think he's
yeah,
quite lived up to expectations at PSG. But maybe he can push on next season, find something more. But in terms of players that might be coming in, Swell, obviously, you know, players need to be signed. Mbappe stayed. Before we get on to him, Paul Pogba is a free agent. He's leaving Manchester United. PSG, Juventus, and Real Madrid have all put offers on the table for him. It's now down to Pogba who he wants to choose. Obviously, he's French. He's from Paris. Do you think he will choose PSG? And would you like to see him there?
I don't know if he will choose PSG because that guy's been playing in massive teams. So I don't think that we have any power on that decision. To be honest, I would love to see him in my club. I would love to
Yeah.
see him playing with a PSG kid because I do think that that guy, if he's good, he can play amazing.
Yeah.
When he's not good, then it's complicated. That guy is a big head, uh, is a tough character. So I don't know. If he's mentally ready to play for PSG, I want him. If
Yep.
he's just going as a Neymar or whatever, I don't want him because I know that's going to be even more complicated to integrate him in the pitch with the others if he doesn't want to play for us.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a talented player. I think he'd be great at PSG. It's obviously now just down to his choice. I mean, a midfield of him and Verratti and maybe one more would certainly be top class for sure. In
Mm.
terms of players that PSG need to bring in, obviously we know and a lot needs to be got rid of. What would you say? What are the key areas that you would like to see investment in? Do you think you need a centre forward? Do you think you need midfield players? Where's the areas that need to be addressed this summer?
I think the defense, to be honest, we
Yeah,
have two good wings, but on the middle we have no much. Marquinhos is just getting the house by himself. You have Bernat, who was injured most of the season. Dagba, young, is playing good, but he's really young and make a lot of mistakes. Um,
you got Danilo as
keep him,
well.
keep Danilo, yeah, Danilo and Sergio Ramos. I don't know. I think we need to work on the defense because we are we know how to make mistakes in this area,
Yeah.
and we pay that really, 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 really expensive. Uh, Kipembe is great, but I do think that he needs to be sub, you know, He's playing
Yeah.
most of the year. Most of the year. Marquis, the same thing. If we want to think about winning a champion one day, I don't even know how I want to say it because I don't want to sing it. But if we want to play the cup with the big year, you know, we need to think about bench. You know,
Yeah.
we have players who play all years. The whole year they play. How do you deal with it? We need to think about a good bench, like super sub. Like I don't know. We need to have a bench. So midfield, I think we could. We might need them to be able to change Paredes and Ginny.
Yeah. And
But on the defense,
do you need to replace Di Maria up like in the forward line? Do you think someone else needs to come in now that Di Maria's gone?
I think we should keep Di Maria. I think that's the biggest mistake we do. It's the same mistakes that we are repeating all the time. My heart is really bleeding when I heard that Di Maria will go.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Just to round out, Swell, one person that is staying, Kylian Mbappe, new 3-year contract through to 2025 or 2 years plus one. How important is that for PSG that Mbappe has decided to stay? Obviously, he probably won't spend his whole career at the club, but how important is it that he's committed his short-term future to PSG and now he's going to kind of be the centerpiece of the project? That's massive for the club, isn't it?
You know how it is important for him to stay because he got the good spirit.
Yeah.
He want to win. He want to win the Champions League. He want to win. He want to write his name in the club. You know, that's how important he is. We need players like that. We need players who want to die on the pitch because of a final or because of a semi-final or because we want players like that. We don't want players like Sergio Ramos who was going to the gym and just post some couple of pictures. We don't want players like that, but we have them. So that's why it was really important to keep Mbappe in the team to be able to show a path, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what? How much influence do you think he's going to have then? Because you see reports of the contract, etc., that he's going to have a say on who comes in, who the manager could be. Do you think that's true? And do you think are you okay with that if Mbappe's got a say in kind of who's in charge, what players come in, what players leave, and stuff? Are you happy with that?
With Mbappe, yes.
Yeah,
With Mbappe, yes. It will be someone else. I will tell you a different story, but is Mbappe is someone who wants to write his name in the club. Is
yeah.
someone who wants to be in the Wall of Fame of the club. Is someone who wants to explode the record of the club. So yes, I'm happy. Even if he stayed just 3 years, I am happy that Mbappe stayed and write history, write part of the PSG history.
Yeah. I think that's so important for him as well. Like he's Paris born, and well, he's French. He's really come on at PSG. He's still so young as well. Like he's got time to move elsewhere. I mean,
Yeah.
he'll become top goal scorer. He'll become record goal scorer at the club. He'll take over Ibrahimovic's record, and a
Hmm.
chance for him to be part of winning PSG's first Champions League. That's legacy. That's exciting for him. To
That's
win
why I'm happy.
PSG.
I'm happy for him to be able to have some decision on it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, and it's massive for PSG because if he was to leave, if he would have left this summer, that's a big player to replace. Now they've got 2-3 years to kind of think about Mbappe's departure and prepare for it properly by bringing the relevant players in. So should be more
Hmm.
prepared for it when it eventually does happen. But so that seems like a good place to round out, mate. Thank you so much for your time. It's been great to chat all things PSG. If people want to check out more of what you do, where's the best place for them to go?
They can check what we do in Instagram on I'm Parisian Londoner. They
Yeah.
can check me as Kais and Swel. Um, we have merch coming soon for summer. Nice hats, nice bobs, nice t-shirt. Uh, well, I think we're gonna be a bit more active So soon in Instagram you'll see more of our stories.
Perfect. I've linked that's all linked in the description below, guys. So make sure you go and check out Swel on Instagram. Check out the Parisian Londoner guys. They're great lads. Make sure you go and check all their stuff out.
Thank you, Charlie, for the invitation.
Nah,
you see,
mate.
I choose the colours.
Yeah.
I choose the colours for you.
Oh, mate, thank you. No, it's an absolute pleasure, mate. It's been great to chat all things PSG. Guys, make sure you smash a like on the stream. Please do hit that subscribe button as well. Edging towards 500, need 10 more. So make sure that happens. Get it done. Click the subscribe button. Help the channel grow. And guys, I'll be back a bit later on to talk all things Romelu Lukaku. So make sure you come and join me later on this evening. But until then, guys, take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend.